Aisha Beau here, and this week I'm going to be giving a breakdown of my current updated day-to-day twist out routine. I have gotten so many inquiries about what I'm doing to make my twist outs look so defined and voluminous and shiny and all of the above these days. So I decided it was time, because I actually looked back and I didn't realize that it's been like 3 or 4 years since I did a step-by-step breakdown of how exactly I achieve a twist out. And so it's time for me to update it. I am going to show you the exact technique that I use, some tips on how to make sure that you're getting that true definition, details on how exactly I dry my hair, details on the products that I've been using, and go from there. And I hope that it helps you with your twist out to make it more defined, more juicy, and long lasting. So without further ado, I'm gonna get into it. I'm also gonna talk a little bit about, I'm gonna try not to yap too much, because I know a lot of people are here for the tutorial, but I also gotta just, share a little bit more about me and my personality in case you're new here. But I just got back from a brand trip with Shea Moisture, the Sheacation in Jamaica. And when I tell you that trip made a huge splash on social media, woo, everyone was talking about it. So I want to talk about it too, because I was actually there. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about the brand trip and also walk you through all of the steps. So what I'm going to do is, because I know some people are here just for the tutorial and some people are here for both. So at the beginning of each, I guess, new progressive step, I'm going to talk about like what exactly I'm doing with my hair, what the tip is, and then from there, I can yap about the trip. So that way, if you need to just bounce through the video to make it a little bit quicker for yourself, you can do that, because I don't want you to be complaining or to click out of the video because you don't feel like you're getting exactly what you want out of it. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so I have just gotten out of the shower and my hair is all sectioned off. I used what are these towels called again? A microfiber towel to dry my hair. I also want you to note that I am shooting a vertical video, so every so often I'm gonna look over to the right, because I'm shooting a vertical video for TikTok and Instagram as well. So I had my hair in a microfiber towel. My hair is still damp. It's not soaking wet, but it's still damp. It is currently sectioned off into 4 different sections. What I did was make sure that I detangled my hair in the shower twice. So I detangled my hair as I was putting in my conditioner, and then I also detangled my hair as I was washing the conditioner out. You're gonna realize that detangling is the most important step when it comes to achieving that definition and also making sure that your twist out is long lasting. The reason that a lot of twist outs fail is because they're frizzy from the moment that you take them out of, that you from the moment that you unravel the twist. So to avoid that, you need to detangle, and then this is going to make sure that the product is evenly distributed on your hair. All right, so when I do a twist out, I always just use 2 products out of the shower. In the shower, I used the Bond Repair shampoo and conditioner by Shea Moisture, and then to achieve the actual style, what I'm going to do is the Bond Repair leave-in conditioner, and then I also have the Camille Rose Almond Jai twisting butter. If I'm not using the Camille Rose Almond Jai twisting butter, my other favorite twisting product is the Carol's Daughter Cocoa Creme Coil Enhancing Moisture Butter. I love that one so much, and I use it as well after the Bond Repair leave-in conditioner by Shea Moisture. The Bond Repair leave-in is my go-to leave-in right now. It's the one that I use for every style, even when I'm doing my hair straight. All right, so we're gonna go section by section. I'm making sure that the product is evenly distributed throughout the hair, but what's really going to make sure, I might add a little bit more because this is a bit of a thick section here, so make sure that the ends are also really well coated and the roots are really well coated. You can obviously add in the product this way, but to really make sure that the product is evenly distributed, detangle again. So we're gonna start at the end. This is the brush that I use. It's by Conair, and I've been using it for the past few years. It's great, really nice, sturdy brush. I don't like that flimsy brush that kind of like opens up like a fan. I hate that brush. I feel like it rips your hair to shreds. I used to be big on using the Denman brush, but I grew out of it. I realized that that brush also rips your hair to shreds. So this brush is this paddle brush is really nice and sturdy. I got it from Target. So we're going from the ends all the way to the root, and this is gonna make sure that that leave-in conditioner is all distributed nicely within your hair. All right, now let's get into the tea about the Sheacation, honey. All right, so Shea Moisture brought out, I don't remember the exact number, but I think it was about like 15 creators, a mix of creators from the US and Canada, and it was to celebrate the launch of their new Kalahari Melon collection in the US, and then also the Bond Repair collection in Canada. So that was pretty cool that we got to meet influencers from another country. The ladies from Canada were so nice and so sweet, and there were just like so many of us there, all different shapes, sizes, skin complexions, hair textures, types, who style our hair differently. So Shea Moisture did a really good job of making sure that they were choosing a diverse group of creators to go, which I think is really important, because I feel like right these days a lot of creators are starting to all look the exact same. Look, sound, dress, all the above the exact same. And I like the fact that Shea Moisture really valued the diversity and the difference between all of us, which is really important, because Black women are not a monolith. You know, we come in so many different packages, and I feel like that was definitely represented through this trip. And then also another thing that I felt like was really important is the fact that Shea Moisture brought creators of all different sizes as well. Surprisingly, your girl had the, I guess, quote unquote, smallest following amongst the group, because y'all know I've been complaining about this for years. My growth is just a snail's pace. I don't know why, but it's just been taking me so long to like blow up, where a lot of people just go viral overnight and they just gain like 100,000 followers a damn week. But it's all right. It's all right. I still feel super blessed, because guess what? I was in the exact same space as these people. And I'm getting the exact same opportunities, if not more. And I'm super grateful. So that was pretty interesting, seeing the fact that they decided to bring creators of all different sizes, because a lot of brands, they are like, okay, well, what's going to make us go the most viral? Who is, you know, who's the hot influencer right now that we need to put on, whether or not she has any hair on her damn head to be using any products. They're just kind of like money hungry for the numbers and stuff like that. So it was nice that Shea Moisture actually put some thought into who exactly they invited on the trip. And they stayed loyal to people that they've actually worked with in the past. Because again, a lot of these brands will work with one creator, work with a certain number of creators, pay them for, like reels and Instagram content or YouTube content or whatever. But then when it comes to actually like taking them on a brand trip out of the country, spending that big cash, then they pick, random people who have no affinity or connection or tie to the brand. So it was great to see that Shea Moisture really kept it in the family for this. And I feel like, along with it being a celebration of the new collection, it was also just like a thank you, to all of us for supporting them, rocking with them, sharing their brand, sharing the new lines and the products, with our audiences. So that was really great and really important. Leave-in conditioner is distributed throughout all 4 sections of my hair. So now we're going to actually go in with the styling. And when it comes to styling, if I'm going to do a twist out, I personally prefer a twisting butter or cream. When you're doing a twist out, or any natural style for that, you got to have some patience. Okay, patience in that You don't need to be twisting huge freaking sections. It's gonna feel tedious, it's gonna feel time consuming, but I promise you, you're gonna get better results if you do smaller sections at a time. Make another smaller section. Again, I am detangling my hair. And this is a little bit thicker, so I'm gonna space it out and then make this a twist here. All right, and I'm gonna get the product and I'm raking the product through. We have these and we're smoothing it and twisting it, smoothing it and twisting it. So it's like a twist within a twist. It's like you're twisting this piece here and then twisting it around. Twisting this and twisting it around. Twisting this and twisting it around. Like, just like that. Always make sure that the ends are nice and smooth, because that can also make the twist out look crazy if your ends are not moisturized and hydrated. Brush it out. So now I'm gonna just do the same exact thing to the rest of my hair. I'll show you another close-up when I get towards the front. So another reason that this trip was so epic was not only did they, bring out all of these fabulous Black girl creators, but Shea Moisture didn't skimp in any area when it came to luxury. They really made this trip as luxurious as possible for all of us. All of us got paid. Amen. I think that what a lot of people don't realize is that on a lot of these brand trips, especially if we're like the token Black girl and whatnot, or like, the trip is like pretty intimate. A lot of these brands are not paying people to travel with them. They're just like, well, we're gonna, we're bringing you here overseas. We'll pay for your flight, your hotel, but we're not gonna actually pay you for the content that you're producing, your time, all of the above. But Shea Moisture actually paid the girls. So they, so each of us had our own contract. What exactly, the type of content that we would be doing while we're on the trip. Everybody's was different, whether it's your content is going to live on your TikTok or your Instagram, whether you're going to do reels and stories, TikTok, whatever. So that part gets handled before we get there. Also, they paid for all of our flights, but guess what? All of us flew first class, honey. Okay, first class or business class. So that was also really nice and really special. They made sure that we were comfortable from the get-go, which I think is so important. I've been on so many brand trips now where I have been one of the token Black girls on the trip, and they have not flown me first class. I have not gotten first class and like really, really amazing seats and all that stuff. And the fact that, one, I was not the token on this trip. There were so many other women who look like me. And two, I was taken care of with first class seats, and we all got to stay in amazing villas. Oh my gosh. Like, the villas were so beautiful. You have to take a look at my my vlog from the weekend so you could see what the actual villa looked like and get a sense of just how dreamy it all was. But it was just a luxurious experience through and through, and this is definitely going to make some history because no other like Black owned or predominantly Black brand has done something like this. And the fact that it was done and it's on such a large scale, I'm hoping influences other brands to start doing these things more often, because there is a large payoff and a large reward, because now we feel even more connected to the brand. I know I can speak for myself personally. I've always felt super connected to Shea Moisture because they've always just been a really thoughtful and amazing partner over the years, but now even more so. I was never left behind. And so with that, if we love the brand, we're going to share the brand more often with our audiences, therefore making sure that there's so much more awareness around the brand. So I feel like they did the damn thing with this trip. Okay, we are at the front now. Very juicy. So this is what they look like now. Very juicy, shiny, and coiled at the end. A tip that I have for anybody who's experienced some type of heat damage but still wants to get that nice juicy coil on the end of their twists is to use perm rods. So what you're going to do is you're going to twist your hair all the way down. It depends on where you feel like the damage starts or where the different texture is, and you're going to twist your hair to, I guess, about here or maybe a little bit lower, and then from there you're going to add the rod to the end of it. And that is going to help to create that nice coil on the end so that you don't have like really straggly ends when you take your twists out. This is also a good technique if you're somebody who's transitioning to natural and you have two different textures of hair. The funny thing about brand trips is the fact that from the outside, they look super glamorous and fun and like we're just there for a good time, which is absolutely true because, you know, the brand wants to make sure that we're enjoying ourselves while on the trip. But child, let me tell you, they are hard work because whereas, you know, I would normally go on vacation and I'll maybe shoot a few things here and there and then like edit it when I get back. When you're on a brand trip, you're not just like, you're on at all times. One, you have to be social, talk to everybody else, talk to the brand team, you know, make sure that your presence is seen, heard, felt, all of the above. But you also got to be doing work while you're there. When it comes to shooting content and stuff like that, you got to be really mindful and really specific. You're bringing pretty much all of your equipment depending on what that is. Like some ladies, like myself, I had two different cameras. So I had this Sony camera and then I had my vlog camera and then I obviously had my phone with me and my tripod and my smaller like phone tripod and then like a little suction cup for my phone. So I had like several pieces of equipment with me plus my laptop because I needed to edit things on the go. There were some ladies who brought their vlog cameras. They brought like little pocket vlog cameras. They had different like big ring lights with them, specialty lights. One girl, she actually brought a drone with her. So like you're lugging all of this equipment with you. You're shooting content as you're like trying to engage yourself in what's going on and making sure that you're being present and, you know, really intentional about the moment and being there. But at the end of the day, whatever you're contractually obligated to put together is what you have to focus on. So it's like in those moments where you do have some downtime, it's hard because you're spending that time like editing or brainstorming, looking through the content that you have so far, seeing if you need to capture anything else. Not to mention, we did have some content due while we were on the trip. So we had like that first set of content due that Friday at noon. And it's like when you have a jam-packed schedule, then you got to go and edit stuff on the fly. It's a lot. It's a lot of work. I know some people who struggle with just taking a regular picture on the iPhone and then like, you know, making a couple little edits here and there. But it's like you got to go through all the footage, put it together in a creative way to make yourself stand out because at the end of the day, we're all seeing the exact same thing. So like, you know, you don't want your content to look exactly like someone else's. So you want to figure out like, what is my unique angle? What is my unique spin? Put that together, edit it, send it over to them. And you already don't have a ton of downtime. So for me on that trip, it was kind of tough because when I'm in the room, I'm pumping. I am pumping my milk. And so that is also tough because whereas everyone else had like, you know, full nights of sleep every night at the end of the day, like when they went back to their rooms and stuff like that, I was waking up 2 to 3 times every night to pump. So that was really, really tough for me. But I pushed through. I did what I needed to do to make sure that everything got done. But don't let anybody fool you. These brand trips are also very much work, and there's a lot that you need to get done. And I mean, the good thing is the brands are always, you know, mindful and understanding. So like, you know, if you can't get it in by noon, they, you know, they're okay with giving you a little bit of an extension, stuff like that. But they have their deadlines to meet and their criteria. So you do want to do your due diligence to make sure that you're, you know, actually keeping the promises or keeping up with whatever you're contractually obligated to do. So that first set of content that I had to share, I submitted that on Friday, and then they had the second deadline for the next set of content on Sunday. So we all flew back on Saturday. I got home. What time did I get home? I think I got home like a little bit after 9 or like close to 9 o'clock. Got in the shower, then I had to breastfeed Shay, and then obviously Shay and I were up all night for the night shift. And then I had to, the next day, which was Sunday, get up, make a few small tweaks to the first video, make sure that that went live, and then I had to upload all of the rest of my content, conceptualize and edit that second video, and then send that over to the team for review. I'm still waiting for approval, but I'll probably get approval like this afternoon, and then I'll have to go live with that next video tomorrow. So anybody who's trying to talk about how content creation is not a real job, they can kick rocks, because this is truly a full job. It's the same as if you're a photographer or a full-time videographer. You know, you are on deadlines and you have to be creative and you have to be on despite being tired and despite having a jam-packed schedule. So I am now going to let my hair air dry. This is what the twists look like. And during the day, I'm going to rock my hair out just like this and let it air dry. And then tonight while I'm sleeping, I'm gonna sleep with a silk-lined bonnet. That way my hair, the moisture doesn't get sucked out, it doesn't get frizzy, all of that. Although I do sleep on a silk pillowcase, double duty, it's very important. I'd still like to make sure that I'm rocking the silk line bonnet. Also, I don't want this like on my face as I sleep, like the hair product on my skin. It's not good for your skin. So that's that. I will be back tomorrow once my hair is completely dry and show you how exactly I unravel my twists and take them down. All right, it is the next day and my hair is fully dry. So I'm gonna take it out of the bonnet. As you can see, it has shrunk up a little bit, which is fine because you want the coils to be nice and springy. So right now I'm going to unravel the twists. Rule number 1 through 1,000 when it comes to unraveling your twists, always do it with oil. This is going to help you to minimize frizz and make sure that your twists maintain the shine, spring, bounce, health, all the above. The oil that I'm using is the Carol's Daughter Goddess Strength Oil. It's one of my favorites. I've been using it for a very long time. So I'll put it in my hand, and then I like to rub it through the twists and get it all in there. And then I still have some oil residue on my hands, and I'm going to continue to unravel the twist with the oil residue. So the first thing I'm going to do is twist my hair in the opposite direction so it kind of starts to unravel on its own. And then we go around like so, taking it out. And this is the first stage of unraveling the twists. I'm going to obviously unravel them more as you know once I'm done, but I'm going to go through first and do this. And you want to be careful because again, you want to minimize day 1 frizz. Obviously frizz is good, frizz is beautiful, but you don't want it right away. You want to make sure that that hairstyle is going to last you for at least a week. Okay, so we have the first stage of unraveling done. Now I'm going to go through and unravel it even more. I personally like to start from the back and work my way up to the front. That way I can see everything better and I can really gauge the volume. So what I do here again is I will twist my hair in the opposite direction, and then I'm going to, my hands still have some oil on them. And if you feel like you need more, you can always add a little bit more oil. I'm gonna just do it just cause. And then I'm going to twist my hair in the opposite direction so it begins to like loosen up a little bit. And then gently bring my fingers down and separate it. This process, you have to take your time with it because again, you don't want to get that immediate frizz. So I like to start from the top and then just separate the bottom gently. There we go. Just make sure you're going in there and getting all of these, so all these twists have not been separated, they're underneath. Just making sure I go in there and get those. Okay, so you can see the difference with the side that is completely unraveled versus this side where I still need to work on it. You can also like pull it like this to give yourself a little bit more volume. If your hair isn't as dense as mine is, sometimes using a pick at the roots can be really helpful. So you put the pick in here and just pull up just to like right here, and that can help to give you a little bit more volume if you're somebody who doesn't have super dense or super thick hair. So I'm just gonna go through and I'm going to unravel the other side so we can make sure that this is even, but you get the drift. You see the difference, you see what unraveling it does, and taking my time to unravel because look, it's still very well defined, there's very minimal frizz, and it looks good. All right, okay, so here is the final look. Let me get close so you can see. All done, all unraveled, the twist out is done. This twist out can last me for about 2 weeks, looking really nice and defined for about a week. And then after that, it's gonna be a little bit less defined, but still voluminous, still have that bounce and that body that I really, really love. So these days I've been keeping my hair in, my twist outs in for about 2 weeks, but generally I'll wash my hair every 7 days. But as a new mom, I'm a little bit tired, so I try to extend my hairstyles for as long as possible. But this is it, and I hope that that tutorial was helpful for you. If you have any questions, obviously let me know in the comments below, and I will be happy to give you as many tips as possible. But there is my routine. A bouncy, voluminous, shiny, long-lasting, and defined twist out. So as I mentioned, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or feedback, be sure to leave them in the comment section below. Make sure that you hit that thumbs up if you like this video. If you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe and turn on your notifications so that you know when my next video goes live. Thank you so much again for watching. Until next time.